October 7th, 2019. Authorities say a man drove through a gate at Robins Air Force Base and struck a security barrier, killing himself and 2 passengers. The incident occurred Friday night after the vehicle approached the Russell Parkway gate and refused to stop. News outlets reported that the car then crashed through the gate, prompting guards to activate a security barrier to keep the vehicle from advancing. The speeding vehicle then hit the barrier. According to a news release, the driver and a passenger were pronounced dead at the scene. A third man was rushed to Houston Medical Center where he died. Authorities said none of the men killed was affiliated with the base. Their names are not being released until their families have been notified. Word is that they were obliterated by the barrier. We'll just call it the wall. Now, since we are a few days removed from this incident, the coroner has now come out and identified 3 men who died after ramming into security barrier at Robins Air Force Base, aka the wall. Sliding on over to coroner identifies 3 men who died after ramming into security barrier at Robins Air Force Base. Published in the Stars and Stripes by Wayne Crenshaw, the Macon Telegraph, published October 7th, 2019. Today. Coming out of Macon, Georgia, the names of the 3 men who were killed when their vehicle crashed into a security barrier at a Robins Air Force Base gate have been released. And Houston County Coroner Danny Galpin identified the deceased as Yanni Perez Perez, 20, Adar Lopez Morales, and Evelio Perez. Could somebody please notify Serial Brain? Galpin did not have the ages of Morales or Perez and said he had no other information about them. How many Perez's were there? Right? Let me just repeat so we can open our eyes 5 by 5. It is Yanni Perez Perez, 20. That was an age, the age, okay? Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna have to get a screenshot of this. Comma, Adar Lopez Morales, no age, and Evelio Perez, period, no age. So I said Perez 3 times and Morales once. Galpin did not have the ages of Morales or Perez and said he had no other information about them. So they're not talking. At about 9:30 p.m. Friday, A vehicle approached the Russell Parkway gate at the base, and the driver failed to comply with a sentry's order to stop, according to a base release. When the vehicle accelerated through the gate, a barrier was activated and the vehicle crashed into it. Base spokesman Roland Leach said Sunday there was no further information to release. Galpin said on Saturday it was not known why the men tried to drive onto the base. Quote, "That's our problem. Why were they trying to get on base? Unless they didn't know where they were." End quote. Galpin said. Moises Velez, a community advocate and editor of Que Pasa, a Spanish-language newspaper in Macon, said the men who died were all from Guatemala. Alex Bercien Perez, who said Perez is his younger brother, spoke to the Macon Telegraph with Velez interpreting. He said his brother was a roofer who lived in Warner Robins, who came to the U.S. 3 years ago on a work visa, but the work visa had expired. Quote, "I don't think they were trying to get into the base or anything like that," end quote, he said. Quote, "I cannot tell you with certainty what moved them to do that," end quote. The driver and one passenger were pronounced dead on the scene, the release said. The other passenger was taken to Houston Medical Center, where he later died, according to the release. Quote, "This is a tragedy which we all feel deeply at Robins Air Force Base." End quote. Air Force Colonel Katrina Stevens, 78th Air Base Wing Vice Commander, said in the release, quote, "We will thoroughly investigate to determine the facts and circumstances and what can be learned from this tragedy. Our thoughts are with the families of those lost." End quote. Stevens said. Oh, so they were denied. However, it kind of makes you wonder if they were even alive. Speculation. Which isn't wild. Sobering facts being reported today. This is Me the People Perspectives. Break this news.